We are often told that success is about what we gain, what we accumulate, and the mountains we conquer through sheer, unrelenting force of will. But for the traveler, the climb had become a slow crawl. Every step was a battle against a weight that seemed to grow heavier with every passing year. The air grew thin, and the wind howled like a choir of doubts. Finally, the burden became too much to bear, pulling her down to the cold earth. With trembling hands, she reached for the straps. It was time to look inside. It was time to face the things she had been carrying so dutifully. Inside were not supplies for the journey, but stones. Cold, jagged rocks, each etched with a word that mirrored the secret aches of her heavy heart. There was fear, sharp and cold. There was shame, heavy as lead. And there was comparison, a stone that made every step feel like a failure. The first stone, regret, had been there for a long time. It was born from a door she didn't open and a choice she didn't make. The stone of comparison came later, fed by the whispers of others and the belief that she was always falling behind in a race she never joined. She had believed that carrying these stones was the only way to remember her lessons, but she didn't realize they were only preventing her from rising. A gentle realization washed over her like the mountain wind. You were never meant to carry it all. Some things are meant to be left behind. With a deep, shaky breath, she held the stone of regret over the edge. She let go of the weight that had anchored her to yesterday. Next came fear. It felt lighter than she expected as it left her hand. Without it, the horizon didn't look quite so terrifying anymore. One by one, the stones of shame and comparison followed. As the backpack emptied, the gray world began to fill with a warmth she hadn't felt. She stood up. Her back was straight, her chest open. The world looked different when she wasn't constantly staring at the ground beneath her heavy load. The path ahead was still steep. The rocks were still sharp, but her feet were light and her spirit was no longer tethered to the past. Success isn't reaching the top with everything you've ever known. It is reaching the top because you knew what was worth keeping and what to leave. As she pulled herself onto the final summit, the sun broke through the remaining clouds, turning the entire world into a masterpiece of light and gold. She looked back at the long trail behind her. There was no sadness for the stones she left behind, only gratitude for the strength she found. The past is a place of reference, not a place of residence. True growth begins the moment you decide your future is worth more than your regrets. Let go of what weighs you down. The view from the top is much clearer when you are no longer carrying the world on your shoulders.
Thank you for watching. Please do not forget to subscribe to the channel.